Hello, everybody. I hope you guys are having a fantastic evening. Actually, it's not a fantastic evening. I hope you guys are having a great afternoon. When I'm making this video, it's actually Friday, which means thank God it's Friday. And the only thing better than TGIF is a succulent Saturday. So I hope you are having a sizzling, succulent Saturday and everything is good with you. Make sure to smile. It really does help. Let's finish off 2022 with an absolute banger. Palantir, ticker symbol PLTR. I'm going to make a video about it right now. There was an article that came out from Yahoo Finance. Sometimes I like to read articles to see what other people are thinking. There's so many pros and there's so many cons when it comes to Palantir. And you guys already know how I feel about Palantir. I know there's a lot of haters, but sometimes even haters come to love Palantir. Remember the other day I said, hey, a lot of people, it's not that they hate Palantir. They'll talk shit about Palantir. Palantir is whack, yada, yada, da, blah, blah, blah. But when it comes down to it, they actually appreciate Palantir for the company that it is. They appreciate Palantir for the uniqueness that they have. They appreciate Palantir for the moat that's around Palantir as a specific company. What they don't appreciate is, in their eyes, overvaluation of the price. Now, the price of Palantir, the price per share of Palantir, that is very debatable of what's a good price and not a good price. I personally did buy today Palantir. I bought a couple of days ago at around the same price, like $6.30. And I bought today another 200 or 300 shares. I'm just nibbling. Again, shout out to my man Arnie Investing. He taught me one thing, and that's patience. I could have bought because I thought all of a sudden Palantir is going through the roof when we got that 75 billion pound contract that turned out to be $91 million contract with the UK military, but I didn't. I held myself back. You can always find a really, really good entry point. Just be patient, guys. Just be patient, especially coming in 2023. Before I get into this article, just be patient. With everything that you do, just be patient. Don't be leveraged. Don't be margined. Have money on the sidelines to pay your bills because shit is about to get rough. And besides for that, if you could put away a little bit to actually buy stocks, to actually buy crypto, to actually buy real estate, even better. Yes, I know what I just said. Real estate is the best type of investment, and real estate should be the number one investment that you ever do, and then build from that. In any case, I'm talking a little bit too much. Let me get right into the article. So this article came out earlier today. It says Palantir is trading at an attractive price into 2023. Like the rest of the tech sector, Palantir stock had a tough 2022. You can say that 2 times because it absolutely freaking sucked. Although revenue continues to grow quickly, the data analytics company remains unprofitable, and we won't see any profit until 2024, 2025. We thought it would be 23, 24, but c'est la vie, it is what it is. And investors are not biting. The markets are in a risk-off mood, and investor sentiment is likely to remain muted if a company is not raking in profits. This is true. One of the things that could actually turn everything around for Palantir is actually we beat expectations, which I honestly, you can screenshot this. I believe that we will be beating expectations in the second half of 2023. So think Q3, think Q4 of 2023. I am strongly hedging a bet, strongly, that they're going to keep expanding their military growth, not just the United States, but as you see the contract with the UK and other NATO countries. And when this war ends, you're going to have official contracts being signed between Ukraine and Palantir. Washington Post put out a really good article about Palantir, how Palantir is literally giving the David versus Goliath scenario in Ukraine, and about meta constellations, how through meta constellations, Palantir is able to take a bunch of commercial satellites and not just give a still image that's not even useful until 24 hours later, but to give real-time different domain imagery. And this is what's allowing the Ukrainians to know when to attack, when to avoid, where to attack, and where not to be at a specific time, and where to make sure you are at a different time. So I'm thinking all of this is going to come together in 2023. And no, I'm not crazy. I put my money where my mouth is. This is my own personal beliefs. Palantir's artificial intelligence software is truly impressive as it gives organizations the power to uncover unknown insights from massive amounts of data. It comes as no surprise that the various parts of the US government remain major customers of Palantir. However, Extending its offerings to the private sector is what will really open up countless opportunities to drive growth moving forward. First of all, I didn't read this article, so it's nice that an article agrees with what I just said. And I agree with this article. But a lot of people think that it's only commercial. No, military helps. Military keeps the lights on, right? I think Palantir is undervalued if you only take into account military. That's my opinion. Because I think this year we didn't do good with military, but I do believe 23, like I said, 24 is going to expand on military contracts because we're going to expand globally, right? Cross borders. Military leads to private sector. So military healthcare leads to private sector healthcare. I'll give you several examples. NIH, HHS, CDC leads to Tampa Hospital, Cleveland Clinic, Sampo, and I forgot the name of the company, the largest supply chain logistics for healthcare. That was a contract that Palantir is doing as well. And a lot of contracts in government trickle down to private sectors, not just healthcare, although healthcare is our third largest sector now in Palantir, which is amazing. In the most recent quarter, Palantir saw its commercial customer count nearly double from 115 to 228. If that trend continues, we will be in viable position by 2023. This is a thrilling accomplishment as Palantir strategically grows its customer base. One of the things with Palantir is they charge a shit ton of money and they have a very small amount of clients. Now they're still charging a shit ton of money, but they're expanding on their client base. We've seen this before, and Arnie does really good things on his charts. He shows us, hey, we start small and we keep expanding. And you guys can see examples of this. We started small with CDC, $443 million contract. We started small with the government, United States Army, expanded it. We just got another $200-something million contract. After that, after the $200-something million, we just signed up a $10 million extension. NIH, we got like 4 different contracts on NIH. And after the $65 million contract, we ended up signing up an $8 million contract extension on top of that. So yeah, we start small and we expand. So it's exponential growth when it comes to signing up customers. So that's why it's very, very important that we went from 115 and nearly doubled that count. Now they're going to talk about some of the partnerships. Palantir has made significant inroads into the integrated risk management sector with its multi-million-dollar, multi-year strategic partnership with Crisis 24. That's fantastic. I have a full video about Crisis 24. If you guys want to watch that video, click on the link over here. You guys will not be disappointed. I really go in depth in it. Really, really, really good video. Meanwhile, Palantir and WestTrac, I never even heard of this partnership, have formed a partnership designed to revolutionize the outlook of Australia's servicing and rebuilding operations sector. Palantir Foundry will provide customers with a robust support network and an in-depth look and optimization of customer service. This operating system has been tailored to meet the needs of WestTrac. That's fantastic. Losses are narrowing. So we all know Palantir losses suck. But they said despite reports of operating losses and a seemingly large 13% loss in operating margin for Palantir, there's a cause for celebration. So even though we have 13%, last year's operating loss margin was 23%. So we actually getting better by 10%, right? We're getting like 40% more efficient. I think that's the number off the top of my head. And then they talk about the takeaways. Investors in Palantir have seen their shares do badly this year, with the stock even falling below the price at which the initial hit the market. Unfortunately, such spectacular revenue growth led to overly optimistic expectations and an overheated stock price in the bull market of 2021. That is true. This is very evident when you look at Sasha Yanchin. Shout out to him. No hate, no animosity. He expected Palantir to grow at some crazy freaking pace, and everybody thought that Palantir was doing more than they said they would. Everyone thought that Palantir is sandbagging. Meanwhile, Dr. Alex Karp straight up says, hey, 30% average. Sometimes we'll have 40%, sometimes we'll have 20%, so on and so forth. And everybody had these crazy high expectations, and that's why Palantir hit $40+ a share, and then it was going down, baby. Luckily, I didn't buy at that price, but I still did buy expensive. I'll be honest, I thought that anything between $20 and $25 a share for Palantir was a beautiful price. Boy, was I freaking wrong. I learned from this mistake. Nobody's perfect, guys. I'm in it with you guys. My investing strategy served me really, really well. Really well. I did very good. in crypto, in stocks, in real estate. But I got hit as bad, if not worse, than the best of them. You know what I mean? It is what it is. It's not always about making money. It's not always about making the deals. Sometimes it's about making the deals, but also the deals that you couldn't make, the deals that fell through, the deals that you did a really bad buy on. And as long as you learn from that, that's good. And I promise you, I learned something. That's why I keep saying, I'm more patient, I'm more patient, I'm more patient. You guys should be more patient too. Don't run to buy something. And I'll tell you something. If not Palantir, let's say Palantir does go to the moon. Fantastic. You already got a Palantir bag. There's always going to be another investment. There's always another stock. Right now, there's so many deals. So please be patient when it comes to Palantir and your regular investment thesis. By the way, before I go any further, I wanted to ask you guys for a favor. Right now is Hanukkah. This is the 6th day of Hanukkah. Hag Sameach to all my Jewish brothers. And happy holidays to everybody that don't celebrate Hanukkah. And if you don't celebrate anything, just put a smile on your face. I really want to see you do good. But let me ask you for a favor. I need you to absolutely destroy, decimate, discombobulate, seek and destroy, put in a freaking choke lock and bah, bah. I need you to absolutely kill that like button. I need 2 things to happen from killing that like button. I need YouTube to call me and send me an invoice to pay for the like button because the Bird Bot Army destroyed the like button. And I need Graham Stephan to call me and cry me a river because he loves that like button. And if we dismantle the like button, nobody can smash the like button because discombobulating and dismantling a like button is a lot worse than smashing a like button. So sorry about that, Graham Stephan. Thank you so much for hitting that like button. I really do appreciate it, guys. And this is a very, very good vocal point of this article. Perhaps this was inevitable due to the bear market and rising inflation environment. But for those who are bullish on the stock, the recent market sell-off could potentially provide an opportunity to acquire shares at a discounted price. Heading into 2023, I believe that the company is in great position. Commercial revenues are rising and losses are narrowing, and the company still has a long runway for growth. Guys, I want to showcase this contract right here. UK Ministry of Defense awards a Palantir £75 million enterprise agreement. This partnership aims to accelerate defense digital ambitions, vision of where the UK needs to be by 2030. Providing secure access to its data across all operational domains. That's the key, all operational domain. What is domain? Air is a domain, land is a domain, sea is a domain, space is a domain. It's very, very important. Palantir is the only company that could do something like this. It's huge, huge things. Back in June 23rd, Palantir to the moon, Bank of America gave a buy rating to Palantir. And if you go a little bit lower, they're going to say, hey, we gave them a $13 buy rating. Well, they actually upgraded them to $14 and they reiterated the buy rating for Palantir because has nothing changed and they're doing absolutely what they're supposed to do. The question is Palantir a better company now than it was in June? Absolutely. There is no doubt about it. They absolutely are. Guys, Palantir is absolutely a monster. A lot of people are going to say, hey, Adam, if Palantir is so good, why is the price so low? Okay, and I'll answer it. I will really answer it. Number one, the price is low because we're in a bear market. However, we are not doing worse than everybody. We're definitely not doing best than everybody. We are on the bottom half if you were to compare to the market and below the market. We're somewhere like in the 4th quarter, right? But not all the way at the bottom. Analysts don't understand us. Arnie has a great article out. Again, I'm going to keep shouting out Arnie. Out of all the analysts, the only one that got us right is Bank of America. All the other analysts don't understand what Palantir does. Bank of America is the only one that understands that we are a software company, but a defense company as well. Nobody else understands that. Also, everybody hates Dr. Alex Karp. Look what's happening right now to Tesla with Elon Musk tweeting. Now, certain people hate Elon Musk because he's so abrasive, he talks open, and he has his opinion, and you can't stop him. Kind of that's what's happening with Dr. Alex Karp, although he is playing the game a lot better recently. He has a ton of different marketing. He has a ton of different interviews, so on and so forth. The price of Palantir right now, last time I checked, it was like low $6, nearly a 52-week low, like right there. In my opinion, Palantir can still go lower. However, I think 2023 is going to be a great year for Palantir. I am nibbling at these prices. I'm seeing what's happening with the market, the fluctuations, things like that. In general, inflation is going down. Rates still need to rise by the Federal Reserve. We have 4.25 to 4.5. They need to raise it to 5.1 next year. That's their estimate. After that, it's going to go back down to where it is right now in the fours. And then in 2025, the rates are going to keep going down. Record high debt, record low savings accounts. Real estate is about to tank big time in the next 9 to 30 months, in my opinion. You're going to have a lot of opportunities. However, you can't catch a falling knife. It's inevitable, in my opinion, not financial advice, purely entertainment and education, that Palantir is going to get its shot. It's going to get its breakaway, where every single analyst is going to be like, Palantir, 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 Palantir. We will beat in earnings. It will happen. When? I don't know, but it will happen. I foresee in 2023. When that happens, that's when Palantir should take flight. So a lot of YouTubers, a lot of financial guys are like, yo, we only buy companies that's profitable. Well, if you're buying companies that are profitable and already profitable, then you're going to miss the run-up. I never understood that. People are very happy with gaining a small percentage on their money, and that's okay. That's a strategy that a lot of people are doing. However, if you really want to make those big gains, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, so on and so forth, X. I'm not even talking about Palantir. I'm talking about everything. You need to invest and take a risk. The risk is you invest before the company is profitable. At the end of the day, that's the name of the game. You don't make the money when the company is already bringing in money. There's less risk, but there's also less reward. As opposed to the other way, if you buy before they're already profitable, there's more risk, but there's also a lot more reward. And it's not proportional. A shit ton more rewards for more risk. Less rewards, less risk. In my personal opinion, Palantir is an absolute monster. Palantir is misunderstood, but it's undeniable. And this is what I don't understand, right? There's a lot of haters of Palantir, but it's like they refuse to say Palantir is a good company in terms of doing what Palantir does, in terms of AI machine learning. I get it if you're going to be like, yo, Palantir is whack. I don't like the valuation. I get that. But to say that Palantir has no value, to say Palantir is mean, to say Palantir cannot do anything in the future, to say Palantir is useless and worthless, that is just ignorance. My man, it is absolutely ignorant and naive to say Palantir don't do nothing. You know what I mean? Like, it don't happen like that. Palantir just got nearly $100 million with the UK military. Useless companies get that? Honestly, like, think about it. $200 million plus right now. Nearly $250 million with the US Army. Useless companies get that? Nearly $500 billion with the CDC. Useless companies get that? You know what I mean? Like, level 6 clearance with the Department of Defense. Useless companies get that. Like, I get you think that it's overvalued. At this point, I think all of the haters that say it's overvalued are also going to be like, I don't know if it's overvalued anymore. I don't know if it's overvalued anymore. You know? So yeah, it is what it is, guys. That's what I think is happening right now. I think Palantir is an absolute beast. And don't forget, all these companies right now are at risk as going under. Not all, a lot of companies. If you look at their balance sheets, a lot of them have money. A lot of them have money coming in, but a lot of them have a shit ton of debt. Palantir, no debt. Palantir, $2.4 billion on the books, cash. $950 million of a revolving credit line. And over $1 billion of contracts that they still need to fulfill, so money's coming in. Altogether, they have like $500 billion. Listen to what I just said. $500 billion worth of cash on hand, cash equivalent, revolving credit line, and contracts to be fulfilled. That's a lot of freaking money. Palantir is not going to go under. That's a fact. The question is, how much can it go up? How hard it can go up on the next bull run? Listen, unfortunately, I bought earlier. I wish I was able to buy at these prices. It is what it is. Guys, thank you so much. Have a great evening. And do me a favor, click on this video right here. This video is going to talk about my outlook for 2023. It talks about the economy, micro, macro, and what I think is going to happen. Do yourselves a favor, watch this video. It is super, super filled with data.